Julia Borston out in Vegas for us on Facebook. Certainly has the stock moving. Shares are trading above 30 bucks for the first time in 6 months, which makes our next guest pretty happy. He bought the stock right after the IPO at 30 bucks a share. Robert Peck is Co-Rise president and founder. He's live for us in Stamford. Bob, welcome back to the show. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me back.
So what's your guess?
So I haven't heard many people talk about this, but as you know, at Co-Rise, we talk industry people all day long. It's what we do. And we came up with something unique. In December, the company was out there on a mini road show with not investors, but actually advertisers. And what they were focusing on was their new video ad product. So putting video ads in a user's timeline. And from what we understand, the brands loved it. So I think you can see a little more discussion about this. This would obviously be a big deal for them. I think it'll be tied into FBX, what they call Facebook Exchange, which is what Julia alluded to there as well. It's getting resounding results from what we're hearing. It's a big hit. It's one of the reasons why you're seeing the sell-side analysts upgrading the stock, is they're getting such great feedback from the industry people that are actually using these new tools. So I think it's a combination of those two. I'll also throw one more out there that I haven't heard anybody else talk about. In about mid-December or so, they stopped their off-Facebook advertising on mobile apps. You couldn't see something there, particularly around Microsoft, maybe buying the Atlas technology from Microsoft. That'd be very exciting. And the last thing I heard was more on their local product, which they call Nearby. There's a lot happening there, and advertisers are working with them on that. So 4 things there aside from the phone.
Well, I mean, but it's interesting that you're discounting the phone. I mean, hardware,
yes.
Building, you could say, implies hardware, right?
Yeah, great question. One of the reasons why I'm discounting the phone is that, A, my contacts aren't coming back with that. B, as you well know from Apple, you usually start to hear some sort of supply chain rumors and stories out of that. We really haven't heard much. I know there's a little bit on HTC. So, and Zuckerberg himself just 2 months ago saying that a phone wouldn't make sense. I don't know if you're going to see a Facebook-branded phone, but look at them be more active in mobile, obviously.
You get a feel, you're a shareholder. Has
Correct.
Facebook turned the corner? I mean, has Facebook convinced Wall Street that it has the goods going forward?
Yeah, I think so. And more importantly than Wall Street, which drives Wall Street, it's convinced Madison Avenue. So when you're hearing these CMOs come back and these ad agencies come back and tell you how effective the Facebook platform is and the ROIs they are seeing, that will then lead Wall Street along as Wall Street realizes that you can advertise on a social media.
Murphy?
Hey, Bob, I have a question. I'm also along Facebook, and I've talked on this show a few times about the want button and the gift button. Is that something you're referring to with this, where you can go on and just I could send a gift over to Stephen Weiss if I wanted to?
Yeah, that's a great question. I didn't refer to it in my comments, but definitely it's a big part of it. E-commerce, I've written in some of our notes, can be easily a $6 billion opportunity for them. And as you know, their current revenues are around $6 billion or so for next year. So it could be a huge opportunity. They take the 15% commission on any of that e-commerce stuff, and that's an incremental $1 billion of revenue that flows through to the bottom line. So gifts/e-commerce, I think, is huge. They're looking at it, obviously. It could be big upside for them when they get it totally figured out.
Robert, it's good to talk to you as always. Thanks for coming back on Halftime.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Robert Peck, of course, with Co-Rise.